Good afternoon and welcome to Beijing, China. Right in the center of this populous city, we find the Forbidden City, made up of 980 buildings serving as a home of emperors. But going west from there, we find a 100-year-old industrial site which will host many of the disciplines for the 2022 Olympic Games. Just next, or just in here, we'll find the Olympic training venue for curling, and right next to it we find the Beijing Shugang Sports Center, hosting the fourth leg and final of the Curling World Cup. We see the teams making their way into the venue this afternoon. Mixed doubles curling, it is the home team China to play USA. So session 13, the last game for these teams as we meet them. Chao Chang playing with Yuan Mingyi for Team China. For Team USA, it's Sarah Anderson alongside Corey Dropkin. And that's how the teams stack up right now. Norway qualified from the other group. They'll be in the final. But for USA and China, for China, no chance at a final, but USA could catch Canada one just ahead with 2 points. So it'll be a very exciting last session for the mixed doubles teams here, as we see what's going to be important for USA to obviously score 3 points here, needing to win the game within the scheduled 8 ends, because if they go to a shootout, the teams will split points. A winner of a single stone shootout gets 2, and a single point to the loser of said shootout. So they might keep an eye on the game next door. We see the pre-possession stones along the center line for this mixed doubles discipline. I'm Sander Olvag, joined by Rona Howie this afternoon. It's always exciting when we get to the latter stages of a week.
Yeah, it certainly is, and when you get to play the last round robin game and it means something, that's what makes it fun. As we saw the other section of mixed doubles, Norway have already qualified.
Here we see the other games in the session this afternoon. Russia play Korea in the women's, and we have Canada 1 playing Switzerland 1. That's a game to keep an eye on as well. And there's of course 2 more women's games out there, Switzerland, Sweden, and USA, Japan. But mixed doubles curling is what we have for you. It is an 8-end contest. We mentioned the shootout if we're tied. And the other changes to this format at the Curling World Cup is we have timed ends. So 3 minutes of thinking time per team per end in the first half, an additional 15 seconds for the second half. Sarah Anderson gets us underway. Looking for freeze on the red, or just somewhere in front. That's a great start indeed from Anderson. They take on Team China with their Olympic training center just next door, and it's a familiar territory for them. Chao Chang will follow, also playing rocks 1 and 5. Certainly get into the action right away in this discipline.
Yep, you do. From stone 1, the build-up in the forefoot begins. And we've seen this week how quickly ends can turn around. Big scores.
Here is Corey Dropkin, the 23-year-old. 2 of them runners-up at the first ever leg of the Curling World Cup. That was also in China, in Suzhou, outside Shanghai. Just losing out to the Canadian team of Laura Walker and Kirk Myers, who's playing next door. And they're needing them to lose to make the final this week.
Yeah, Corey and Sarah had a great run. Were undefeated going into the final.
Take a step back a little bit and take a little bit less. Sounds good.
So as well as keeping an eye on their own game, they will, I'm sure, have an odd glance over at the Canadian game next door.
Well, they take on the world champions from last year, Switzerland, Sven Michael and Michael Leckie. For Yuan Mingyu, it's not going to be a final this week. But of course, when we play for prize money and every game, there's still lots to play for the Chinese, and of course a bit of honor in it as well. Every curling team, every curling player wants to win as many games as possible. Of course, a young duo, the Chinese, looking ahead 3 years from now, Olympic Games at home.
Yeah, they are a very young duo, still learning a lot here, gaining experience with every game they play.
Still pretty young, the Americans, but seemingly been around for a long time, both of them, making appearances at the World Junior Curling Championships, at the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship. Played a lot of curling.
Okay. Shoot. I got the number I was hoping for. 想先给我这个点吧。传这个红球。啊。我说传这个红球。传这个呀？你直接投一个不行吗？收。哦，带着点。哦。九。哦，拍拍拍。哦哦哦哦。拍拍拍拍擦一擦底线。谢鲁。拍擦一擦底线。哎呀，非常好。底线底线这条。
Trying to hold the line to tap that red in, just over curls.
This goes, this probably goes, this one just stays here.
Yeah, then this one stays here though. This one could roll right like that.
Well, if we hit it right onto this, it's going, right?
What kind of weight?
I was thinking firm to peel.
Okay, well, I'll play it tight. I think here.
Like a third or a half rock?
Half.
Third to half. It should go straight. If we nose it, it's fine. Is the hair more?
So Corey Dropkin looking to raise the red, catch the yellow, push it onto the red on the forefoot.
Whoa, whoa! Yes! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Ah, great shot.
Nice shot.
Beauty cost there.
Good throw.
Always nice when you make a good call, read the angle well, play the shot perfect, and get the result.
Yeah, all sounds simple when you say it quickly like that.
Beauty. Nice call.
Nice shot.
Just hit it perfectly the right place.
We might have an opportunity to sit three.
Draw one in just right on top.
Whichever one you.
Even if we go right here to block this draw, do you like
Correct.
this?
We need to be buried though, because there might be a triple if we only go there.
So like right here?
Anywhere in here is good.
What if we even put it up here? What do they have?
Still not bad.
Do you
So
think
aim
the
for a
guard
tight
makes more
game.
sense though? Like, because then she has to what, draw the pin against 2? Because by doing this, she's drawing against 3, yes, but she has the
So
draw.
you're saying guard the draw?
Because if we guard,
If you like guarding the draw, I like it.
I think so.
If we're heavy, I'll let you know. We
I
can
think
go
I like
in.
that too. You
But
come
that
in
means we're
here
guarding the 4 foot
and
line,
you're maybe
correct?
just
Yeah,
fully in the
4
8
foot
foot.
So where do you need to take
The
guys
draw is
at?
fully open, and
At
China
least
only
I was
needs to
thinking
nibble the
like
4 foot to cut
3/4
them
to
down.
12.
3/4.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just gonna be
I'm
a hair slower
slower.
here. But remember, even if we're just guarding, it's fine.
I'm going to give you an 80, I think.
Yep, it's just the first end, and USA would love to force China to a 1 here. But if, you, as you say, Xander, if you block the draw, it'll be very
Yeah,
difficult to
94
get the
though.
1.
Line's good.
Weight's really nice.
Put another rock in the house. You make them
Nice and
play
tight.
against
Half
3,
court.
but
Yep.
you
Yep.
throw the
That's
guard to
fine.
make it a
Hard,
lot more
straight.
difficult to make a
Okay,
shot
whoa.
for the single. Just want to stay wide enough though to actually be in the way of the draw, and I don't think this does
Okay,
it
that's
really.
Good throw.
That's
Just
not really
curl
in the
more
way
there 'cause I think it's
of the
just
draw
fresh.
at all.
Yeah.
Really nice weight though.
Had to be at least another foot
So
wider.
I say that.
Yeah, it was a good weight. Just tight of line.
Last one, first end for Chao Chung,
我觉得还可以啊，稍微小一点。
facing
我给到
2.
底
Off to sweep her own rock here.
力量很大。
Certainly wants to try and get second shot,
下路，
正常正常。
if not first.
来来来。
Looking pretty good here. Starting to really bend in. Weight is good. And it will be there for the single. Fantastic draw and effort from Chao Chung.
Good end. Nice shot.
I don't really know what this was. Yeah.
A single
okay.
point on the board for China. Get themselves out of trouble
I'll come down.
and a 1 point lead.
稍微减速。OK，主要是站球力量，把站球力量可能比较。
Yeah.
Yeah, we were trying to be on the 4 foot line. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, or I could have just thrown the other turn. Did you like the guard?
I like the guard, yeah. I think Cornick had almost help him right away. To hold him. Because you almost can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we can throw the out turn at it too.
Outturn, but we don't know it yet.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful venue here in the west of Beijing. Not as old as the industrial park itself. Quite modern. And a real good place for curling and the World Cup and its fans.
Oh,
差的200。
Do you
I
ever
think
like?
either in turn top 4 or the out turn tap. I would just hate to tap him onto us though.
I like the intern.
Yeah, me too.
Always really great communication between the 2 US players.
I think I like the way.
Always chatting about the weight, the line. Get the best out of every single shot.
Top 12.
Yep. Line's good. Line's good.
Top 4.
Straight. Yep.
Top 8.
Hard. Yep. Go, 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 go. Hard. Hard.
The second I picked up, it just started curling hard. Shoot. It's a great throw.
行行，白边大一点吧，再来点，再来点。OK。
And one of the women's games, Russia versus Korea. Russia line one at the back of the forefoot.
下路没问题啊，使力量稍微带着点。
Not an easy way to draw in for Anna Sidorova.
看力量继续。
Going for the raise on her own red.
完皮。正常。
Onto the yellow, could score a 4. Perfect shot. 1, 2, 3. It is a 4 for Anna Sidorova. Great start, first end. Unfortunately, both of these teams can't make the final. But there is still a chance for Russia to get a bronze medal. So they want to win this game.
Oh, can't get past the guard, Corey Dropkin. After that great draw by Yuan Minji.
I should have called off, but I thought we could get it by, you know.
Yep. Shoot.
We'll just run something back now.
Quite a few people making it in for this game on this Saturday. So this mixed doubles team will enjoy great support. Looking to tap up their own red stone here. We talked about this game and the importance of it for Canada 1. They play Switzerland 1, and it's the first end, and it's Laura Walker in last stone.
Switzerland lying 1, but a great chance for Laura Walker to tap this back to score 2. Looking good for line. Here it comes. Really nice shot. Score of 2.
Way to go.
China might have left a hole here for Corey Dropkin. And again, big sweep to hold the line. Trying to make the double on the reds. Gets contact with the second. Not enough to kill it, but enough for USA to lie 1. Fully buried.
And it does punch the red out into the open.
Yeah, remembering that USA have last stone here.
Corey Dropkin feeling the heat out there.
Well, it is about 15 degrees Celsius in the building, which is really nice for fans and for us.
Absolutely.
For the players, it's actually a little bit warm.
Especially with the amount of movement in the mixed doubles game when they're throwing, running up, jumping to sweep their own stones. A lot of energy required. Trying to draw in and freeze that back yellow. Doesn't bury, but lies short.
See the coaches for Team USA, team coach Phil Drobnik and national coach Pete Fenson.
I'm seeing a little more.
Yeah. Back four.
Enjoying some caffeine. Long days for the coaches as well. Zhang Wei on the bench for China. And some of the coaches with following several different teams will be here for every session of the day throughout the week. And just for them also to stay focused requires a good night's sleep and some coffee.
A really nice shot from Corey Dropkin. Hit some flops in. Lies too.
Really nice.
Great call.
Good job.
Sorry about that slide.
It is, and for this event you've got men's, women's, mixed doubles. Everybody's playing, so if you've got a national coach who is in charge of the program for all three disciplines, it's long days to watch all three teams. Just rubs off. Has this given now Sarah Anderson the opportunity?
Got a minute.
USA
I like
do
doing
lie
normal.
too.
I like normal.
I think it's gonna be pretty straight.
I think either normal or firm.
I think we throw firm and let's just have it straight, right?
Firm? Okay.
Firm. I don't think it's gonna
Yeah.
move much. You like that?
I love it. And I'll hold
Double
it
for
straight.
5 here, potentially, for Sarah Anderson. China were really unlucky that bounced off. So the double's there for 5, but even
Plenty of time. Take an extra deep breath.
the hit to get
30
3
seconds.
would be a good start.
Pretty good, Sarah.
Last stone, second end.
Yes! Yes!
What did we have here? Go off and on sweep, should be close with this one.
Yes! Yes!
Need just slightly on the inside, 1, 2. Jams a little bit,
Ah, good throw.
but it's good enough for 3. Just had to be on the sweep there.
3.
Usually you're pretty happy to score a 3, but
Good throw.
you know, it could have been
Sorry.
Nice
5.
It's okay.
Just curled a bit
Don't
too
be sorry,
much.
You made a good one for 3.
Maybe didn't see that
Good end.
jamming on their own yellow. 3-1 to score after 2.
Just
I just never wanted to be on the outside of it. I played it too cute.
I love that call.
I mean, yeah, give him tight ice,
Yeah.
throw it hard, let him sweep it. Good, good. 3 points. Good end.
really good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
2 good ends. Keep the pressure on. Keep applying pressure.
Yeah. I'm just sliding a little tight.
Harder. Harder.
Harder, and then their rocks disappear.
Make their rocks.
Keep that pedal down.
Felt a little hot.
Sarah Anderson makes a nice shot to score a 3, so USA lead by 2.
Line's good.
Top 8.
And we get going
Line's
again.
good.
Top 12.
2 ends
Line's
in the
good.
book
Keep it
already.
going. Keep it going.
Certainly fast-paced, this mixed doubles game.
Yep, right to it. Always straight. Always straight. Go, 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 go.
You can see Corey Dropkin
Straight.
sweeping against the grain, so to speak,
Good shot.
to try and keep this straight, and that's a beautiful first draw from Sarah Anderson.
Nice. Nice weight.
Perfectly on the nose.
Sit.
The teams are allowed to speak to the coaches between ends, as there are no timeouts.
所以我没拍给啊。
A lot of positive feedback from Pete Fenson on that second end for USA.
底线线路没问题，只是力量。
Yeah, they were clearly disappointed they didn't get the double for 5, but as Pete pointed out, you know what, you've still got a 3. You're controlling that scoreboard, and that was a great end.
你不用参与力量。
Yeah, just on
只
this
看线
side.
路就行。
Okay.
8点。
Like a third of 12?
What do you say?
You think like a third of 12?
I think that sounds good. $60.
Okay.
Looks pretty good.
Okay, we're back 8, back 4.
With mixed doubles being pretty fast-paced,
Needs
it's
to
good
curl.
for the coach just to
Curl it if you can.
reinforce
Back 4.
Curl.
the end of the end
Needs to curl.
situation and bring the players back to the here and now.
Your call.
Good job.
Good.
That's good. 13-3.
小这点就，来点。
Good job.
It's nice having the overhead now.
Yeah.
Into a rock star.
再来点，我们粘磕一点吧。
Corey Dropkin making reference to the fact that the big jumbotron in the arena, because this is a TV game, they can see the positioning of the stones.
USA play Japan. It's Satsuki Fujisawa with last stone here in the second end. Drawing against 2.
8、
带着点儿。
7、
No sweeping so far.
底线。23。
Right to the button.
So single point for Japan. USA will lead 2-1. Jumping on over to that other crucial mixed doubles game, Canada-Switzerland. Want a pile of rocks in the forfeit. It does look like Switzerland might be lying 1 or 2. Michel Eki with last stone.
Lang is goed. Lang is goed.
It's tough to make out what the teams play sometimes.
Yep. Always straight. Yep.
Top 12, top 8.
Yep.
Trying to tap red onto yellow here.
Yeah, just making sure of the score of 2, and that's definitely 2 now. If there was ever any doubt, it is a tied game.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good news for USA.
Good sweep, Corey.
Need some help from Switzerland this afternoon if they are to make it to a second World Cup final. There's a nice pocket here for China. Tap their own red up. Yuan Minji.
对，力量。
8、
带着点儿，线路没问题，只是力量。开始，开始擦一擦底线，开始擦一擦底线，开始擦一擦底线。
Just over curls a fraction.
This is 1 and 2.
You ever like tapping hours?
Or guard this. Guard
Okay.
this, which they have, right?
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Look at Corey Dropkin. He is sweating bullets.
Corey, you like coming across, like out turn wise here, or
Yeah.
this turn?
He's a very fit guy though. Lives in the gym. Very strong sweeper, but
I think yours,
The intern?
I think the line of yours from a couple ends ago is
it is
perfect.
warm,
Okay,
and
I
when you
think-
work hard,
I think we just need almost edge.
Yeah.
that's how you look. It does bring a towel out there, and we see Corey Dropkin's not the only one. It's quite warm outside as well here in Beijing.
Yep. Line good.
Actually, the arena is the best place to cool off.
Halfway. Halfway
One's
high.
good. Over and up.
It's good.
Good job.
Scared me.
I just wanted to keep it out there, you know?
Yeah, it's good.
Adios.
The guard is in place by USA, knowing that China only really has options on that side of the sheet. So now it looks like a run back called for China. They're going to run this yellow back. Try and catch either red really in the top 4 to get some rocks shuffled. Just peeling the guard, they know the guard might just come back, so need to make a move here. This one just a bit wide. Gets a double peel though, maybe that was the call all along. Certainly does open it up and might leave China with some options. As it lies, it looks like only that tap on the red stone top 4 though.
Same ice you took 2 ends ago. Even a hair more.
Yeah, I think a hair more.
We almost want to just be guarding the outside half of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little bit tough to play these guards off the center line. Sometimes you take a bit more ice.
Looks a little hot.
You hit a fresher path and
Be slow.
maybe catch a little bit of frost. Sometimes you get additional curl
Go, 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 go,
and
go,
you
go,
end
go,
up in the
go.
same spot.
I need to get this over though. Corey having to work it very hard.
Yeah, slower here.
Wow.
Doesn't make it.
I did make up for the
It's okay, Sarah.
fact that it was slower out
Big
there.
force.
So when you play a path you haven't played all game, it's going to be the same speed as
No, that's where I
at the
wanted
start or in practice.
Really?
it. Yeah. I mean, line was right on.
The only good thing though for USA is really China can only get a 1 here.
Frosty out there.
Good force.
It is quite humid in Beijing, so a little bit of frost is expected, especially in the mixed doubles game as well. There's a lot less sweeping in the 4-player game. So you find it being slightly more tracky and really important for the players to keep a good eye on that, as we see Xiao Chang make the tap for the single and gets great support from the home fans. No mistake, and they keep themselves in this game, but trail USA 2-3.
把力量控制好点，现在80没问题。那边不告我一下。
She just got that out quite a bit, right?
7580。
She said it was the line that she wanted, but it looked like it was a foot from the board.
稍小。下落。
像我们小指力量很小吗？
看线。
还是擦一擦，直线，还是擦一擦，下线啊，下线，下线。
fourth end of play. Still the pre-positioned stones along the center line, but we know that can change in the second half of the game. Both teams do have a power play option. The crowd really enjoying good shots made by Team China here.
So I think I'm going to go like back 12. I'm thinking, what, middle 8, 3/4 to 8?
Just say middle to 3/4.
74% on the week for Sarah Anderson. Pretty solid numbers. Left with a lot of tough shots, especially playing that first and fifth rock. You're essentially trying to play a perfect freeze with your first one all week, and you're usually left with quite often an all or nothing shot with your last. So good stats. Waiting on this one to bend, and it really does. Lots of nice curl on the ice here. Covers that pin.
Unless you like peeling.
What?
I like nosing with back line. Back line.
%81% for Dropkin, also enjoying a good week.
Back 12.
Just throwing back ring weight here to try and tap these reds a little bit. Create a little bit of room. Does that nicely, sets up a nice pocket. USA line 2. As we jump on over to Canada-Switzerland mixed doubles. It's all tied.
And Canada lying. Laura Walker.
I wouldn't mind going.
Well, easy.
I'd like to go.
Whoa.
Weight's good.
Chance here for 2.
Weight's good.
Whoa.
Raise the yellow onto red. They may even be line 2.
Go.
No, it is a great shot.
2 for sure. I think that's probably it.
2, and looking at that third one. But it's just a 2. Nevertheless, a great raise there from Laura Walker.
I don't think it's that close at all. Measure it if you don't mind.
Well, this one all over the guard for Yuan Minji.
We're 1 and 2.
Okay.
The draw line right here.
Okay. Like half a 12-foot?
Yeah. $75.
A little bit softer than I wanted
Yep.
to be.
Go ahead. Straight. Line's good. Room.
Gotta go late.
Yep. Room. Yep. Go.
Top 4.
Yep.
Top 4. Top 8.
Yep. Hard. Straight. Go. Hard.
It's not bad. Not great.
Wanted that one just a little bit deeper in.
Or yeah, either that or bend straight the whole time would work too.
Might have left a chance for China to get the yellows going a bit here, but we'll need to be very precise, running the red stone right back onto that stone just played.
Yep.
Might see a couple yellows going, and maybe the third one even spinning out of the forfeit.
Yeah, all third can definitely move here. All three of them. Needs to be quite a big weight.
Just hangs out and doesn't make contact.
Do you like that or no?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
So a great chance now for USA. They have last stone here.
Corey.
China in a bit of
Corey,
trouble.
We're just 1 and 2.
Halfway?
We're one. I mean, we're
we're
sitting
2.
1 and 2.
Yeah. Okay, halfway, tight guard.
Sounds good.
There's women's curling on the program this afternoon as well. Russia leading Korea 4-2.
Line's good.
And Korea line 2
Line's good. Needs a curl a bit.
at this third end. Anna Sidorova
We're a little tight.
Curl.
having to draw for one. Does have backing she can use.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's good. That's nice. Shorter run back in case we want to play.
Контроль, тут можешь посесть. Упора нет. Нет, упора нет.
Sweepers keeping off right now.
Нет упора, валить. Нет упора.
Can come up to that yellow. Has it got the line?
Давай, да.
Just rubs off it.
Well, it looks like a steal, maybe 2.
Definitely one anyway.
I think they'll measure. We'll come back to that one and confirm.
Yeah, both of those teams are unable to qualify for the final tomorrow, but still all to play for here with money at stake and potentially a bronze medal. The second place team in both sections. There will be no bronze medal game. It will just be determined by points as to who's awarded the bronze medal
I'm gonna aim right here.
between the second place in either section.
Not sure what happened here, if China was just trying to guard and give USA 2. Either way, it doesn't do much for them, and looks like USA might be playing a little slash
Plenty
on
of
their
time.
stone to the left of the
40
forfeit.
40 seconds.
Try and get those reds going.
Aiming to hit a quarter of it.
Had a double for 5 in the second end. Sarah Anderson made it to score 3. Now another chance to put a big score on the board.
You got it, Sarah.
Flying 2 already. Would love to increase that number.
Yeah, needs to catch it fairly thin.
A lot of rotation. It's going to run very straight with that kind of throw, and it's going right past everything. And I think it is only 2, although it looks close for 3.
For sure this one.
They were saying 2 earlier, USA.
It's close.
And we're going to have a measure.
I never even said sweet.
2 for sure. We'll measure to see if it's a third point for USA again.
That's fine.
It's a bad throw.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the sweeping within the first 5 feet of when we let it go can only hurt a rocket, can't help it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
In my defense, it was on the center line.
but
So I
give
didn't,
her a
think I, was, I
second.
didn't think I was hurting it.
Just give her a second. Have it clean it, right?
Yeah.
You know, use that other
I gotcha.
that other mold, right?
gotcha.
Like not
My
the
bad.
not the
It was a
power.
good throw.
Some feedback on Corey.
Probably 3.
Looked a little tight out of hand from Corey's point of view, but sometimes players will have that little inside-out throw and makes the rock float out a little bit.
Threw it on your second one was
It can trick you.
You've got 2 locked up if I make this.
Yeah, on
That's
my last
great.
one?
Yep. On your last one, you've got 2 locked up. That's exactly what we've been talking about, right?
We're going forward and he's throwing shots like that. Right in the ice up, throw it at it, let him sweep it.
Let him sweep it. Boom.
And then, because he wants to sweep it anyway. Just let
You
him
know he's
throw
going to sweep it.
Yeah.
And he wants to. Let him go. I don't know if it was for more than 3, actually.
I thought we could, if we hit the farther back one first and rolled up, like that,
Maybe.
just for 5.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Greedy.
Greedy.
That's what I was aiming for.
So we'll have the umpire come out to measure these rocks. Two for sure for USA. They are yellow. We go around.
Okay.
Points to red. So will just be the 2. And that's halftime for China and USA. USA to lead this game 5-2 after 4 ends. A little break for the teams. I'll have a good chance to talk to the coaches ahead of the second half.
Patience, patience.
Trying to listen to you guys.
Hard, isn't it?
The score here. Okay, Pete.
Really nice weight, Rob.
So first end, USA line 2 completely guarded. China have to draw virtually the button. A great shot. Score of 1.
That's okay.
Sarah Anderson, potential double here for a big score of 5. 1 jams the second one,
Good throw.
and a
3.
score of 3. Disappointed with that one.
Good force.
Third end,
They might have an over curl and tap us.
Chow Chung looking to tap our own red into the pocket. Really nice. Score of 1.
Jump on over to Canada, Switzerland mixed doubles. A pile of rocks around the forfeit before Michelle Yecki throws her last stone. And this one's gone. On the guard. And I believe 1 red for Canada. They steal and lead Switzerland 5-2. As we saw, it was Korea to steal 2 after that measure. So a tied game after giving up that 4 in the first end. And then elsewhere, Sweden leading Switzerland 3-1 in the women's game. Also USA to lead Japan 5-1.
得我站那会儿再磕一点，再磕一点，把我往后磕。
Don't let him breathe.
This is yours. Sorry.
Is it?
Yeah,
go.
because it's broken.
Court.
Okay. Here we go. This is fun for us.
It's a better game than we've had in a while.
What's hot? we'll keep it fun for you.
Well, you got to, I mean, come on.
Just try to break. Just
Oh,
try to
yeah.
break that losing streak, right?
Oh man.
Looking at the stats, it's quite clear. USA ahead 12%, 82, China 68, and it does show on the scoreboard as well. USA leading 5-2. And China's gonna really need to up their game here. Not giving away any steals, but they need to start scoring bigger with hammer and try not to leave USA scoring multiple ends. We see the way the teams got here through the 3 legs, all the winners of the legs through a couple of teams on ranking. Russia invited by the WCF, China coming through as host, and Yeki and Michael of Switzerland invited as world champions of last year. Right back into action in the 5th end, and pre-positioned stones in a different place this time. China with last stone.
Looks like it's there.
Yep,
Line's
China got the hammer here. Looking to build up a couple
Line's good. Curling now.
using the corner
Curling
guard.
now.
We have seen a lot of teams with this first stone would try and split the corner guard, shoot her out to the barrier and push it into the rings. But USA quite happy to put it in the center. Chao Chung just bringing a second counter in behind the corner guard. Yeah, really nice. Buried in behind the guard.
I think a little bump and roll. Yeah. If we tick the guard, it's not all that bad.
So just trying to tap the red.
Close. Whoa, whoa. Close.
Back line.
Whoa. Yep.
Can't remove it, but
Back line.
Hard.
second option was if they just tick the guard, it wouldn't be a bad result, but they're passed.
On that one, hard, Sarah. Come on, go. Oh, shoot.
So they were looking to roll off that over towards the center, just over
Just
curled
break a
on
lot
Corey.
again. On us.
Yeah, it moved hard.
Darn it.
Đá chuẩn không?
正常。
正常。
哦，带着点。哦，hard。哦哦哦哦哦哦，hard 踩到这边甩。
Just trying to get the hit and roll over. Lie 3. Really nice.
Right?
Can we make the run?
The double run, you mean?
Yeah. I don't like the freeze. We gotta eliminate some rocks here.
Okay, just off nose.
Corey Dropkin thinking damage control.
Just off nose.
Yeah, it is damage limitation just now.
You play the freeze, you bounce off. It could start to look really sketchy with the run back. A good chance you open it up at least, and you maybe hold them to a 3.
Whoa.
You don't want to get a 4 or 5 in the picture.
Yes. Whoa. Yes.
So 1, 2, and a double. What a shot by Corey Dropkin.
Nice throw.
Absolutely peachy.
Great result.
Beauty call.
Good shot.
Thanks.
That is just stunning. Not only does it help them out quite a bit in this end, it's a confidence booster and a confidence killer for China. It's tough to get shots like that against you when you're starting to eye some hope. Still a chance for China to get something going here though. Shot Stone in behind the guard. Yuan Minji. Doesn't quite finish for them.
Behind ours. You like board?
Board's good.
You like board or hack?
I like board.
They know there's a nice finish once you pass the guard. The hack weight, just tap the red back and roll over.
Close. Whoa. Whoa. Close. Whoa. Curl. Curl. Whoa. Straight. Yep. Hard. Go.
Good call.
Good job.
Nice call. Good management.
Again, very encouraging words between the two US players.
Jumping over to Russia, Korea. The Russians with a 4-point lead after the first end have let Korea back in it.
They are lying 1 here though. Anna Sidorova. Got the chance to come through the gap of the guards and raise the red onto yellow, but it's high and catches the guard.
Wasn't anywhere close. So just a single for Russia. They lead Korea 5-4.
She doesn't look happy about that one.
We just got to make sure we get one of them.
Yeah, main thing we get this, if we get the double, that's fine, right? Throw firm on.
A nice
here,
nose hit from China. They still lie 2
Yellow
now.
right into it.
Either one, whichever one you think's easiest. Giving 2's okay, but whichever one you're confident in.
Corey's saying we're 3 up, we can give away a 2, but don't want to lose it anymore.
Thinking there's maybe a double there, but you don't want to be cute here and catch your own yellow.
All right, how much weight?
I was thinking firm.
Okay, I like it. Make sure we get the 1.
They know the line. Corey came through here as well.
You got it, Sarah.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
What do they have? A pass the yellow, yes, and double. Wow.
They actually glanced their own yellow.
Wow, that is incredible.
Oh, that was close.
Well swept, Corey.
Well, they did play cute, but They reap the rewards.
Did we tick the yellow?
Yeah, I think you did tick the yellow, Corey. Let's see. Yep, just feathered it, no more.
Wow.
Yeah, we did move it.
Crazy. And gets the double. That's two pretty fantastic shots by US to get out of trouble here and get the force. Tough power play end for China. What can you do? Well, you can draw for one. And that's exactly what people do. Right on the button for Xiao Chung. Nice draw. But just a single point once again. And USA will be in front. 5-3 with last stone.
Beauty.
Corey's double run.
下路没问题，举力量。先下线啊，小不小？下路没问题。
Xiao Chung gets us underway in the sixth end. It's the last mixed doubles game for these two teams here at the Curling World Cup final. USA hoping to maybe get one more to make it to the final, but depending on
If we miss the guard, we make the split on there.
Switzerland to grab at least 1 point off of
I
Canada
don't mind the split
next
on the guard,
door.
but if you like, or if you like the draw better, we can do that too.
Let's tick the guard, I think.
Take the guard, out turn,
Yeah.
back line.
Playing a bit more defense now, USA.
Yep. 12. Yep.
Another 2 point lead. They're thinking to
Whoa.
tick the guard.
Curl. Curl. Okay. Yep. Straight. Sweep.
Well, past the guard, and they'll push that stone top 12 instead.
I'd be careful how much I swept it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get the right angle on it.
I know.
Works out pretty well as we look on over to Sweden, Switzerland replay of the World Championship final.
Yeah, Lena Pats facing several Swedish counters here. A really nice shot. Definitely two, having a look for three. Was a three. Big end for Switzerland.
Well, USA also playing Japan. Japanese trailing the US by 4.
Satsuki Fujisawa is unable to remove that red US counter, so just having to draw for one. Just passes the guard. Oh, feathers off the red and into the shot. Score of 1 for Japan. So Corey Dropkin quite happy to open things up here.
You're good. You're good.
Back one. Back one. Oh.
Thank you. I like that.
上马点，来一点。
See all the scores. Russia lead Korea 5-4, and Canada leading Switzerland 6-2 in mixed doubles. And women, Switzerland up 4-3 on Sweden, and USA 5-2 on Japan. So not looking too great for USA in terms of help from Switzerland next door. Down 4 on Canada. And that would mean no final for Dropkin and Anderson if Canada stays on top of the Swiss.
Yep, we already know that Norway have qualified top out the other section for the mixed doubles final tomorrow. And they still have a game in hand.
Or do you like feel it out? Yeah, and if we get the other one's fine.
Yeah, if we get the 3, that's fine too. You can maybe try to make it to stick that, yeah.
You see the standings here. On the left, it is Canada 1 ahead by 2 points, so USA would need them to drop at least 1 point, but that's not looking likely at the moment, but we never know. A couple of ends left. Mixed doubles curling. We see Norway are qualified from the other group. They will be in the final. Corey Dropkin looking to blast out the Chinese shot stone here. Gets the top one and the back one. That works out as well. China do have a really good shot stone here to guard and protect.
Pro side. That should go pretty easy.
Yeah.
站一个，站一个。
收点点。我6局。
从停4、5局也行。你想我打头吗？ 对，力量。线路没问题啊，只是力量。
5。
5，稍微大一点呢，我觉着。站，
站，
底线，底线，底线，顶线。还是擦一擦底线，底线，底线，底线。还是擦一擦，擦一擦，一直擦，一直擦，一直擦。
Just trying to come right up. It's a great shot. Didn't want to bounce the yellow too far back so that it would jam if USA made contact.
Well, they are lined up real nicely onto the back yellow, but will they get some drag? We'll see as we also jump on over to Canada 1, Switzerland 1. And I believe it is Switzerland with their power play end. Looking for a big shot here coming off their own to make a double, score a couple. Off and on. And look at that.
Great shot.
Yes.
From Michelle Yaki.
Yellow.
Absolutely perfect. And they score a 2, so still hope for the Swiss and for USA. Take a look at that again. Really nice, comes off their own yellow. And that just inches closer to the forfeit for the deuce. Not over yet. Corey Dropkin not able to make any of the reds go. China with a chance to hit and lie 3.
Yes. Whoa.
正常。
So nice hit and sit. China lie 3. Ask the question now. Sarah Anderson.
甩一点，别一点，推后，这也行。
Looks like you've been throwing them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little slower on this side.
Just like a couple feet or what?
Yeah.
What are you taking for ice?
I think edge of 8. You like that?
Yeah, should be close. You got it, Sarah, just like you've been throwing them.
Does have backing.
61.
Come up against. Back of the button.
Back 4.
Mine's
A
good.
little heavy now. Oh, wide. This one needs to curl.
Curl.
Will hang on that stone top 4. 12-8. A little heavy indeed. Does it come off the red? Or does it at least tap it far enough
Fine, Sarah.
to give up just 1? It does. So it does cut China down. But it is a steal, and China do big inch closer. Just a 1 point difference now. 5-4 lead for USA.
Yeah, we have to. Yep.
What do you like here?
Power play.
2 on the board.
You like that in-turn draw, so you like?
Curls more this way. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you like
this
playing?
side. Yeah.
咱们就这边吧，是吧？小白圈这边吗？你可以小白圈稍微让一点，因为刚才稍微掉了一点。稍微大点，磕，要磕，要磕啊，要磕。还可以。
哦。
磕磕。
哦。
We have a power play. This time it is USA to use theirs. And they'll be looking to score a couple of points back after having giving up a steal.
Yeah, and back 8.
Back 8?
Chao Chung had a pretty good game this afternoon. She's kept China in it. China hasn't given up a steal yet.
76.
Been able to put that single on the board.
Line's good.
And USA have been a bit more effective with the hammer.
Line's good. Always straight.
And that's exactly what they're looking to do right now. Splitting the house to lie 2.
It's good, Sarah. That's good. Well done.
Good judge.
76.
USA play Japan. Tabitha Peterson holding the broom for Nina Roth.
USA already lying a couple in the 4 foot.
I feel like it's pretty good.
A draw to the button here for Nina Roth.
Pretty close. Close. Stay line. Stay for line. Line's good. Line's good.
Get along.
Line's good, you guys.
All play over on the left-hand side of this sheet.
Oh, there's a button there.
Can they pass the top one? Ah, great judge. Great shot.
How many? Is it 3?
2 or 3.
Whoa, whoa.
It's a 3.
8-2. USA lead Japan.
Great weight, Neen.
Guess we're up first.
Looking very strong here, the Americans.
Great team
Stays a bit open, that
Little down.
Yes.
Chinese counter, so Corey Dropkin
Yes.
will follow.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Try and make the hit and flop in behind.
Whoa, curl, curl, curl. Yep. Hard.
Everything.
Just jams it.
Not a bad position.
No.
Certainly very usable there though for USA.
左边，
漏多少了？漏一八，
正常。
这一点啊。
Corey Dropkin having slightly better game than Wan Minji.
¡粘这个球吧，打这个吧，打甩，
这边。
收一点儿。
哦哦哦哦。
A hit and roll out.
Over here.
USA still lying 1, and they're not going to get too fancy. Quite happy to score 2. We'll leave that red stone in the back. Quite tough to get to anyway.
75.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
What I got on
A
yours?
little light, maybe. Line's good. Always straight. Always straight. Line's good. Line's good.
Trying to put these level, so there's no double.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Actually coming all deeper.
Whoa. Good.
Good job.
So there's no hit and roll. All hit and roll, just a bit too far as we look on over to Canada 1, Switzerland 1. The Swiss with shot stone, but it is pretty open for Laura Walker.
Wait until you see it, 50 seconds.
Yeah, Michelle Yagi tried to draw around those reds on the left-hand wing. Just didn't have enough running to bury. So a chance for Laura Walker to tap this out and get a 4.
Could be a very effective power play end for the Canadians. Why not? Need to play this so cute. Just peel the yellow, you get a 3. Big weight. And on the yellow, will peel it out. Score the 3. And that game is over. And a 9-4 win over Switzerland. And what does that mean, Rona?
And that means Kurt Myers and Laura Walker will play in tomorrow's final of the Curling World Cup.
I slid wider than I wanted, so I didn't really set it. That's why I was like, oh,
Out of the hand, I felt like you were good. I was like trying to pick where I wanted you to be, and
that's where I was.
Yeah.
They won the first leg back in China in September, and they've reached the final again. So USA will have seen that next door.
Whoa.
They know they can't qualify top,
我
别着急，扣位。
but they still need to win this game
我别顶线，
for points
要他下线。
and the money prize.
Whoa. Whoa, never. Whoa, never.
See if that affects them at all.
二球了。二别给他大波花，再下。二再下。
Can be a devastating blow
Okay.
in the middle of a game.
Okay.
As-
Firm.
although they know they can't get first place, there is still a lot to play for. Get $1,500 if they win this game. They will
What do you
also win a bronze medal
Okay.
for the mixed doubles,
1 sec.
because the second place team in the other section wouldn't be able to catch them after their last round robin game. So still a lot here for USA to focus on.
Just a simple nose, you got it.
Do you like 9-5 better?
995. Keep between the two.
His is really straight here. Like guys, he's doing really straight.
Okay. 995. Make it good, Sarah. You got it.
Playing the nose hit on the red.
9-5.
Whoa.
10.
Whoa!
10.
Whoa!
Corey desperate to sweep. Sarah saying, no, don't touch it.
Girl!
Trying to make it bend at the end here, and it will. There you go.
Really nice.
2-4
two.
USA.
2 yellow.
Good, effective power play end.
Beautiful.
2 on the board.
Great throw.
Good job.
A 3-point lead for USA,
Very well done.
heading in
Yep.
to the 8th end.
Oh yeah.
Can we go down there?
They're gonna set up. We'll just talk to them real quick.
Yeah.
All right. Straight freeze, just like you always do. Let's have a good start to this end.
Sarah Anderson
75.
gets us underway in this final end.
How's the line?
Line's good.
This mixed doubles contest between China and USA. It is the Americans to lead by 3.
Weight's nice.
Yep. Line's good. Line's good.
That's a beauty, Sarah. Really
Again,
nicely done.
really nice stone positioning by Sarah Anderson
Really
on
nicely
that first
done.
draw.
Sweep.
Good start.
Time and time again,
他站得很直，
right on the nose.
站6区都
It
行。
makes such a difference in mixed doubles when that first stone is well positioned.
稍微给了一点儿，
You can control the end.
稍微大一点线。哎，抓可以底线，底线，
It was a nice
还是开的，
move,
还是开
a
的，底
nice
线。
rule change made in the mixed doubles, where they moved that rock to the back 4
Freeze, perfect freeze.
at the start. It was just back button, and if you made the
Freeze it right
freeze,
on there.
very hard to do anything. And if you made the perfect freeze, you could just
Do you need
guard
the
throughout
same
the
at
end.
the end of the
But
game?
Sorry?
having
Freeze
moved
pretty
that
close
back
to similar
4,
as the whole game.
a freeze obviously leaves the button open, so it's just made a bit more room and made the ends a bit more interesting, and
75.
Also, there's more than one spot to put the first one, really. Some teams prefer to keep it maybe a foot high.
Still needs to curl, curl. Needs to curl. Lots of room.
Always trying to improve the game. The power play also coming in. That wasn't around from the very start.
That's good.
再收一点，再收一点。
Yep, fairly new discipline, still developing.
Hans Wuttrich, the chief ice technician, has done a tremendous job this week, providing good ice conditions, especially considering how humid it can be here in Beijing this time of year. Still getting good speeds and lots of swing. And it's not a building designed to play curling in either. Of course, we will have that for the 2022 Olympic Games when the ice, was it the water cube?
The water cube becomes an ice cube.
Exactly. They will put in hopefully tons of dehumidification for that one. Only less than 3 years from now. And I think those 3 years will fly by for the athletes on the ice. For Corey Dropkin and Sarah Anderson. They could make it there, both in men's or women's or mixed doubles. Only time will tell, as Dropkin just rubs the guard, leaves that pocket open for China. And the towel comes back out.
Yeah, super.
A nice wee nest in there for China.
Well, right in there, but remember, China needs to score 3. We wonder if they... Hard to do, but maybe...
Top 8.
Should have maybe played a bit more weight and just moved the rocks a bit.
Come sweep.
Get in a bit more room. Especially their own redstone in the back of the 4, kind of hurting China at the moment, as it's kind of protecting that yellow from behind.
Anywhere between tight guard to top 4 on the right track is really good here.
You can hear Corey Dropkin. He wants to just take away the path. All about line. China with 2 stones left to play in this game.
Yep, always straight.
Need a 3.
3-4.
Yep.
To bring the game to a shootout.
Yep. Line's good.
Gotta go the right path. That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Yep, pretty good there.
Pretty good.
Blocks it for China anyway.
慢呢还是11颗呢？
我感觉你磕一个。
一半一半收一点。
让这个旗尽量往后走。
我感觉没有那么大劲儿过去之后，因为这边瞅一点都不漏。
那
will need to move some granite. Playing the double run, I think. As we jump on over to USA, Japan. Japan really needs to make a good one here.
Yes, Suki Fujisawa going for a thin double. But misses everything at the top, but does get a result out of it, does score 2. Was a thin double for potential 4 there.
Opens up the 3 and then they have another shot.
USA
right?
lead 8-4.
Well, this is, they only have one more shot.
How much time do we have left? So, if they
Trying
do
to
this,
catch the top red here, Fujisawa. But comes around the back and scores 2. Still a chance, but
let's guard this right
2
here.
ends left.
Let's guard
Trailing
this.
by 4.
I guess.
Just in case, but they don't even have a shot for 3.
I don't know. I couldn't say that so confidently.
The 3's in jail.
So you want this on like a foot off center?
Guard that, just guard that red on the left of the center.
Pete Fenson,
What, like
Paul
half
Drobnik
of
on their
12?
feet.
Mid 12, yeah.
Throw it good, Sarah. I'll get it there.
Reassurance from Corey. You just throw it. I'll make sure I look after it.
Got a 97.
Feeling
Big
they're
ad, right?
lying pretty good at the moment, but in mixed doubles with so many rocks in play and
Halfway tight.
so many Chinese counters in there, 4 of them with 1 to come.
Tight.
You're always a little bit paranoid, you're always a little bit uncertain.
It's a good shot, Sarah.
With the time
you can sit down,
ticking
love.
down as well,
Sit
not
up.
always that much time to even think about it.
throw.
But certainly doesn't look like
Good
China
shot,
has
Sarah.
much.
Good end.
Can they see any of that red to slash it across?
You could slash the corner guard maybe. That might be the way to get the ills moving, but even that, not sure.
I don't think they're sure right now. I've got 30 seconds to decide. 23 now.
I'm going to play on the yellow, top 12. Throw a high hard one, hope for the best.
Yes. Yes.
But it doesn't come off, just a single for China, which means USA wins this one. All the points and the prize money goes to them. 7-5, final score.
Since they got the bronze medal, we can give it to...
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. Hey, Steven. Love you guys.
Summertime.
Summertime curling season is over.
Congratulations, you won the bronze medal.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Thank you. Shush, shush.
So, official from the chief umpire, Alan Stanfield. USA have won the bronze medal. They've gone up to 12 points. And the other section, the second place team, if they win, would only get to 11 points in tonight's game. So they cannot catch USA. So a hard-fought week for them, but rewarded with a bronze medal. 4 wins, so...
Congratulations, you've won the bronze medal.
Thank you very much.
Well played.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Well done.
$6,000 prize money for them
Thanks,
from
Peter.
the round robin, and a bronze medal. Good week's work. So there's still 3 other games on the ice just now. And we're going to move over, have a look. The women's game between United States and Japan. United States 8-4 up. 2 ends to play. Neither of these teams can qualify for the final. Sorry, United States cannot qualify. Japan would have to win here and rely on other teams losing, but it would take them level on points with Jennifer Jones from Canada, who still has another game to play tonight. But USA are in the driving seat. 4 up. Tara Peterson.
Watch the other one, Tab.
Just happy to clear the front. Shinami Yoshida, third player for the Japanese side. This Japanese side have played all 3 legs of the World Cup this year. They won it in Omaha, beating Kim Min-ji and Team Korea in the final. But struggled a wee bit here this week. Currently sitting on 7 points. Fairly consistent numbers for Yoshida for the tournament and this game. So sits in the open. USA would be quite happy just to hit and run here. They don't want to leave stones in play that Japan can freeze.
Sorry, I should have just asked to stick with Peel.
Yeah.
So they do nose it. So another game still in play. Switzerland, Sweden in the women's game. Sweden leading 6-4, 7th end. Sweden lying a couple of counters here. Elena Pat for Switzerland. To draw the forefoot, she has got backing to come up against. This Swiss team have qualified for tomorrow's final, regardless of the result here. They've won all their games so far and makes the draw for 1. Tightens the scoreline to 6-5 after 7. Sweden have had a bit of a struggle this week. They just haven't been at their best performance. But would love to finish on a strong win.
Yep. Just nose.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Hit it.
Just get rid of everything.
We hit my
So the attempted freeze
yeah.
from Satsuki Fujisawa didn't curl enough, and it leaves Nina Roth the chance to just play the nose hit here.
Yep. Whoa.
Good game from her today, 83%. Makes that no problem. USA lie 2. Does give a pocket for Japan just to come in and sit in. But being 4 up, USA would just like to score. And even if they gave up a 1, not a disaster. 3 up with the hammer coming home. You see how close the coaches are to the ice. The rules for the Curling World Cup. Players can speak to the coaches between ends. So they're sitting right behind the sheet of ice. So Fujisawa needs to make the perfect freeze. This is over curling, just rubs off the top one. Not even sure if it's shot. Could still be USA that lies 1.
And if that's the case, USA could just draw for 2. I think they will.
What they're doing.
Are we shot? Yeah.
To go 6 up with 1 end to play, pretty good position to be in.
I think that would be the end of the game for Japan. Even just score 1 here. Not sure if Japan would play on. Last stone, 7th end for Nina Roth. Could put an end to the game here. Becca Hamilton, Tara Peterson just guiding the stone.
Your little sister just wants to sweep her heart up.
Your little sister does want to sweep.
It will maybe slip too far. Japan not even sweeping it.
No, they're not.
I think they're conceding this game either way. I'm not sure if that was 1 or 2.
So 3 points for Nina Roth and USA.
Good game. Good game.
Yeah.
Do we have to look?
To grab all the points from this game.
Who is it?
I don't know. I think it's yellow. What do you think?
I guess we're saying 1 and a 9-4 win.
1 for sure.
Doesn't make a difference.
No, it's the points that make prizes.
I think you just... Yeah. They say 1, and it is 9-4. No need to be greedy if you're the US. We jump on over to Russia, playing Korea. Anna Sidorova with her last stone of this end. Korea, 1 more to come. Korea line 2. Sidorova desperately needing a roll in behind cover, but it's not coming off. That will sit wide open. And Korea with a chance to make the open hit, score a 2. And close the score line. Trailing by 3. Really needs this one. And that is made for 2. Then we're going to have a quick look at that stone up front, but of course that's off the rings. The deuce for Korea. Russia will stay in control with a 7-6 lead and last stone advantage as we move into the 8th end.
어디야? 하나 반.
Team Korea
아니.
will need
어차피 안 와. 괜찮아.
as many guards as possible here.
잘했어.
We'll need a steal on Russia, down by 1. A good thing for our team that's trailing at the Curling World Cup, no extra ends, so only need the 1 steal, and then they need to outdraw their opponent in the single stone shootouts. So still tough to get all 3 points. Actually, we need to steal 2, but a little more likely to get the 2 points and 2/3 of the prize money. Nice old tick from Guizeva. Rolls the shooter onto the rings, I think. Just barely.
돌반. 4초. 셋, 넷. 기다려야 돼.
Kim Soo-jin
넷.
will look to put up another center guard, but this one with some running on it. The sweeper staying right off of it. And this one's going to be deep into the rings.
It's a mistake there from Korea. They need granite up front.
Surprising. That could have been a good 30 feet slower. Just needed somewhere between the hog line and the house in the free guard zone. Big let off for Guzieva and Team Russia. They can just look to hit this one. Don't mind rolling away. They do.
Yeah, right now Korea just need to ignore what's in the house, put up some cover. Yang Tae.
여기 라인 괜찮아. 라인 넉넉해. 불반. 와야 돼. 불반 와야 돼. 와야 돼. 그냥 와. 그냥 와야 돼. 계속 와. 혜린아 여기. 네, 지워. 오. 홀링. 샷. 잘했어.
So it does put up the guard, but Russia are able to peel now. Oh, and that's a miss from Russia. So after that early mistake from Korea, Russia had control. Now Korea have got the cover. It's not over the center, but it is there to use.
라인 좋아. 6, 7, 7, 8. 룸, 혜린아. 9. 10 많이 가. 11까지. 12 백.
This one hanging.
12. 안 나간다. 혜린아 와. 오. 얍. 오.
Will it even stay for shot stone here? Nope. A big mistake from Yang Tae.
Yeah, even short there was good for Korea. Aired on the wrong side.
Another chance to peel the center guard. Yulia Porchunova. No problems. Opens up the out-turn draw even a bit more.
아니면 여기? 여기 하나 오자. 오케이. 6. 애견 기다려. 최대한 돌려 돌려 돌려.
Rex on the guard, but leaves it in a useful spot.
몇 나왔어 이건?
Problem is that guard that's going to be left now is even wider than it was. Get some granite moving, Margarita Fomina.
라인 넉넉해.
Kim Hye-rin
웨이트는 어디야? 그냥 라인 가야 돼. 그냥 라인 가야 돼.
really
와야 된다고. 숨어야 돼.
in to out throw.
계속가 태희야 계속가 열어놔. 안 나가게만 당겨줘.
The line's not bad. It's just the weight,
좀만 더.
a little heavy.
Yeah, struggling with the weight at this 8th end.
Team Sweden will pick up a win on Switzerland. A replay of the World Championship final in Silkeborg, Denmark. The Swedes with a tough week, but have ended on a high note. 7-5 final score, and a little bit of more vacation money for the team, deserving of a break after a very long season.
Yeah, they've still got this Russian team to play tonight, so still a chance of earning a wee bit more pocket money. But the Swiss team here has been a very lopsided set. Because with 2 games still to play, Switzerland had already qualified for tomorrow's final.
Мне кажется, просто эти действия даем ей движение к центру.
반보다 좀 더 안 줘. 열. 1, 2번. 여기 더 떨어져. 여기 좀 추락하는 데거든.
We see some of the players rushing to get the bus back to the hotel.
It's only a bus every hour, so they don't want to miss it just by a minute. Have to wait in the heat outside.
나가면 안 돼?
Well, better than waiting outside than minus 20.
That's very
which
true.
you might get at certain destinations throughout the curling season.
웨이트는 열. 라인 넉넉해. 루미야. 라인 많이
Kim Min-ji looking to come down and freeze the redstone in the back.
라인 괜찮아. 열.
Not curling for them.
라인 그대로 가야 돼, 태희야. 계속 가. 라인 좋아.
Starting to go now though.
좀만 더 가야 돼.
Kim Hye-rin out to help as well. Not a bad angle.
Yeah, it certainly gives Anna Sidorova something to think about.
Сильно стей, да? Да. Тут держится нормально.
Stay.
Throwing Peel with out turn. Need to be a little bit careful. We saw her throw an out turn in the 4th, then quite wide. So keep that in mind on this throw. But this one's spot on, perfect. I think Korea only has one option here, really. It's to play a hit and try and lie to.
태울까? 태희만. 1, 2, 3번 될 것 같은데.
Can you make a double and lie 3?
1,
1, 2번 만들어. 나 치고 세우고 들어오고 실수하면 바로 될것 같다고.
1 minute
1,
and
2번 만들어놔야 되잖아.
15 seconds left on the
일어나서
clock.
얘만 1번이면 날리면 끝이잖아. 1, 2번 만들어 놓는 게 나을 것 같아. 페이크 해서. 1, 2번?
They've made the call.
아마 같이 보면서 하면 될 것 같아. 근데 1, 2, 3번까지 될 것 같아. 이게 비슷해 보이는데 이긴 것 같긴 해.
근데 일단 1, 2번 만드는 게 중요해.
Well, still talking.
붙어 잡으면 될 것 같아. 간다.
딱 땜면 안 되나?
어. 약하게 할까 아니면? 범퍼? 어.
Kim Hye-rin having a long think on this one.
헤드 하나보다 조금 더 잡아줘. 범퍼로 갈게, 혜린아. 범퍼? 패드 하나.
Bumper weight. I'm not sure if they're trying to get to nose here, make the double. I think that's the call. Could also just catch it, catch about half of it, and roll towards the center line. Just don't want to end up in between and jam the red. Well, this one's gone. This is gone early for Kim Min-ji. So Russia not needing to play their final stone. It will be a score of 1 and an 8-6 final. Russia pick up 3 points and all the prize money here this afternoon on Korea. Had the chance to put Sidorova under some pressure. Kim Min-ji couldn't pull the trigger. That concludes this session of the Curling World Cup. Sending some love back home to Russia.
Thank you for attending this afternoon's draw. We hope you enjoyed the competition. See you back at 4 p.m.
As we take a look back at our featured game, which was China-USA and mixed doubles. A game won by the Americans to pick up the bronze medal.
Fourth end, Sarah Anderson going for a thin slash, trying to nick yellow onto red, but flashes past everything, but does score a 2, had a potential of a 4 or 5.
I don't like the free.
Fifth end, USA getting into a bit of trouble, so Corey Dropkin goes for the raise. Double run back, removes 2 reds, great shot, sets up the end for USA in power play. Seventh end, USA have a chance to nose this for 2. Great shot, well judged.
Great throw. Good job. Very well done. Yep. Well played.
And the 8th end, USA run China out of stones, and they became the bronze medalists of the Curling World Cup.
Since they got the bronze medal, we can give it to...
Those are all the scores in this session. We did see Russia pick up that win on Korea. It was Canada to beat Switzerland in mixed doubles, as well as the US win over China. Elsewhere in the women's game, Sweden picking up a win on Switzerland. Also USA with a 9-4 win on Japan. Looking at the standings in the mixed doubles, we see now that Canada 1 is qualified with a 5-1 record. Norway already qualified with a 4-1 record in the other group, so that will be the final for you. And USA to pick up the bronze with their 12 points. Would go ahead of Canada 2 in the other group. In the women's, it is Switzerland to be qualified. The world champions are through for tomorrow. Still to be determined in Group A We see Canada, China and Japan with 10, 9 and 7 points. USA completely out of it at 4. And that is how the points are scored. 3 points to win a game within the 8 ends scheduled. Didn't see any shootouts in this session, but if a game is tied and you win the single stone shootout, it is 2 points for you and 1 point for the loser of set shootout. And of course, as many points as possible is what you're looking for to qualify yourself for Sunday.
Certainly building some good ends there in the first half, but the payoff could have been bigger.
Yeah, I think we had a really fun time here at these World Cups. I mean, we wanted to be in that final, but I think we're happy with how we played.
Yeah, we. I think we kind of dominated the first half. They made some really good shots to get a couple points in that first half, and we're just really happy with how we played all game.
You do get a bronze medal from this. What do you take from the week?
I take that, you know, we really enjoy playing with each other, and these events really attract the top teams and good competition, so hopefully we'll get an invite back.
Yeah, we love being here. It's so well run and fantastic ice, and so, you know, the competition is so great, and it's just fun to be here at the grand final.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching wherever you're in the world. But stay tuned for more games from the Curling World Cup final today and tomorrow Sunday.